Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so guys, thank you all so much for your prayers, your kind words last week. Alright, so I am so grateful to you all. Like, it really meant a lot to me. Okay, so in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how to draft a princess dart. Okay, because with this top I use the princess dart method. Okay, and I also have a tutorial on how to make a 6-piece skirt without cut. So this is a 6-piece skirt without cut. The only difference between this tutorial and that tutorial is the lines that you see. Okay, so that is the only difference. And also with the flare and how it turned out, it's a three layered flare, but it has its own uniqueness. Okay, if you ever want a tutorial on it, please kindly comment in the section below, and I'll do well to upload a tutorial when I am sound. All right, so guys, I hope you guys are still praying for me because I'm still in that crisis and it's not been easy. This video right here is an emergency video that I created last year that I thought I should drop it so that you guys would really miss me and my tutorials so much. So I have those basic bodies that I've drafted. It is from the shoulder to just the waist. Okay, so in between that I have my bust line, my under bust, and also my waistline. Okay, so if you don't know how to draft this, I have a video on how to draft a basic bodice. Okay, so quickly I'm going to be labeling this. That is my center front, my armhole. This is my shoulder to my bust, or you can label it your bust point and your under bust. Okay, but we wouldn't be needing under bust in this tutorial. And also your waist. Okay, all right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be measuring round my armhole. All right, I'm going to measure my armhole measurement like that. I'm going to just measure it round, and as you can see I have 11 inches. And then the next thing is I'm going to be dividing this 11 inches into two. So 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. Okay, so just go ahead and then quickly mark your 5.5, which is the midpoint for the armhole. Okay, so in drafting a princess seam, first of all you find your midpoint for the armhole, and then the next thing is to take your nipple to your nipple measurement. Okay, so the nipple to the nipple measurement here, you go ahead and then you mark it on your bust point line. All right, so just mark this like so, and then transfer the same measurement to your waistline. Okay, like I said in this tutorial, we won't be really needing your under bust measurement, but in other type of princess seam or princess dart, we will be needing your under bust, which I'm going to be showing you guys later. Okay, so right from your bust point you come down by 1 inch, and also from your bust point you come up by 1 inch. Okay, so from that 1 inch just connect this to, from that 1 inch from your under bust. Okay, oh no, from your bust. Okay, 1 inch down from your bust, just connect like I have done. And then also remember that we divided our armhole into two, okay, to get the midpoint. Now you're going to connect it to the 1 inch you came up by from your bust. Okay, so just connect it like that. All right, so after connecting this right now, all right, what you want to do is go ahead and you take your dart, okay, from your armhole area. Okay, normally you can do like 2 inches, 1.5, 1 inch, or 3/4 inches depending on the uh, bust. Okay, or if the person is a busty, you take two. If the person is not busty enough, you take like 1 or 1.5. Okay, so that is it. So just connect it to the points like that. Okay, creating your dart. Now after connecting this, you can't joining this together, you'll be short of fabric after cutting out your dart. So what we are going to do is we are going to be extending this side, okay, by 1 inch. Okay, so remember we took half inches on both sides, so you are going to be returning that 1 inch, half inches on both sides back. Okay, so half inch plus half inch will be 1 inch. So just connect this to meet your original armhole. Okay, so just like that. From that side, just connect this, okay, to meet the 1 inch extension out like that. So remember that after that we've taken 1 inch of that here, we're going to be returning it back to the armhole. And then once we've returned that, okay, now the next thing is to take my dart for the waist part. Okay, so this is my underbust. Like I said, I won't be needing the underbust right now in this type of princess dart drafting. Okay, so just we are just going to focus on the waist area. Okay, so I'm going to be taking 1 inch on both sides. Okay, and with this 1 inch I'm going to connect it to this point. Remember we came down from our first point by 1 inch, so I'm just going to connect this like that. Okay, and then like that. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm just going to connect it straight to the waist. Okay, like that, and then like that. Okay, so right now we are done with the darting. Okay, now the next thing is just to blend the points that we've made, the 1 inch up and 1 inch down point that we've made from the bust. We're just going to blend this with a curve rule. Okay, so just go ahead and blend this beautifully. Okay, make sure that everything is going on smooth, like there is no hurdle anywhere. Okay, so guys, after blending this, right, you want to go ahead and then flip your French curve and then keep your curve really straight. Okay, so that's it. Okay, that's it for the darting. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to be taking we'll just input our measurements. Okay, so quarter of the bust measurement I am using, I'm going to be marking quarter of this. Okay, and then remember the 1 inch, okay, that we took out, which I have already added. Okay, so that is it. Now the next thing is to um make sure that you annotate that you're going to be joining this by 1 inch. You can choose to add it to this side, but I am not going to do that. I am going to be leaving that side. Okay, when I cut, I am going to be adding 0.5 inch to both sides just to join the panels together. Okay, so the next thing is I'm just going to move to my waist. Okay, and I'm going to be marking quarter of the waist measurement like that, and I'm going to be adding the dots that I've taken out back. Okay, so that is 2 inches. I'm going to add it back like that, and then the next thing is just to add our allowance. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a whipping amount of 3 inches to this. You can add half inch, 1, 2, depending on your preference, but with this my client wanted a lot of allowance because she just gave birth. Okay, and so she needed more room in case she grows fat. So this is my seam allowance, just like so. Okay, it's 3 inches like that. So guys, the next thing is to modify our neck line. Okay, because of the style I am going for, I can't leave the neckline this way. I need to modify the neckline to suit the style. Okay, so this is the style that I'm going for, and so I'm going to go in for a more like wider and like kind of rounded but not too round, okay, neckline. So I'm going to be coming in, okay, I'm going to be marking 5 inches for the neck width, and then I'm going to be coming down, okay, by 1 inch from the original, half inch from the original 3 inches. So now the neck depth right now is going to be 3.5 inches instead of 3 inches, and the width is 5 inches instead of 3 inches. I hope you guys understand this. All right, so after marking this right now, the next thing is just to add my shoulder allowances to this as well. Okay, so I'm going to be adding allowances all the way through. Okay, I'm going to be adding allowance all the way through, just like that. Okay, and the sides and also the side as well. Okay, you can skip this step if when you were drafting you added your shoulder allowance, but I did not add shoulder allowance during the drafting process, and so I am adding that back, okay, because we'll be joining this a sleeve. Okay, so since we'll be joining this with the sleeve, I need to get my shoulder allowance so that I can be able to join this well. Okay, so guys, this is all for the front. Okay, let's move to the back panel. So for the back panel, I have my back bodice drafted to my waist. Okay, and I've already added my 3 inches of allowance, my zip. Okay, and also I've taken in my dart. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be modifying my neckline, all right, so that it can match the front neck. Okay, so the width is 5 inches and the depth is 2 inches. So I'm just going to connect this. Okay, so we finish modifying the neckline, and this is our new neckline. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel the old neckline out like that. All right, so after we are done with this, remember I've already taken in my dart. Okay, and now the next thing is to measure this. Remember the front armhole is deeper than the back armhole. Okay, it's always deeper, so it's not the same. Okay, so for the back armhole, I have 10 inches for the back, and I'm going to be dividing it into two, just like I did for the front. Okay, so now from there, I'm going to use a curve rule, okay, to connect this to my bust point. Okay, so if you don't have a complete curve rule like me, just use your straight rule to continue with the curve. Okay, so after this, remember that when you cut it out, you need to join this. Okay, so I'm going to be writing my add 0.5 inch, okay, on both sides, so that when I am cutting, I remember that I need to add 0.5 inch to join this panel to this panel. So I'm just going to extend this, okay, like I did for the front, okay, by just 1 inch. You can trim off the rest later, okay, after you've joined, right? So just connect that to your original armhole like that. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to be adding our seam allowances all round. Okay, next is to handle our zipper bulge. Right, remember that the back is not straight. Okay, so that is the essence of the zipper bulge. All right, so right from the zip line, okay, I came in by 1/2 inch, okay, and I am going to smoothly blend this, okay, all the way to the back. All right, so just watch what I am doing. Okay, so just like that, I'm going to smoothly blend this, okay, all the way through. So after connecting this and blending, just cancel out the old zip line. Okay, so now this is our new zip line. Okay, so we are going to be creating the next zip, like where you're going to actually fold. Okay, so on this line too, I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch. Okay, and I am going to smoothly blend this. Okay, I'm going to smoothly blend this all the way to the upper part. Okay, so just like that. Okay, so mind you, the zipper bulge removal and its purpose is to take away that kind of funny looking bubbling effect at the back of your dress. Okay, so it's always very essential to take out zipper bulges anytime. So this is our new zip line. Can you see that? Okay, so you might decide to take out your 1/2 inches, okay, also to connect to your side like that. But I am going to be doing this on my main fabric after joining my dart. Okay, so on the waistline too, you come up, okay, by 1/2 inch from the zip area, and then you connect. But that one is going to be on my main fabric. All right, so guys, I think this is basically all. Okay, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it a lot for coming. Thanks so much. And next week I am going to be uploading something new. Okay, so like I said, if you want the flare and how I drafted it, please don't forget to comment in the section below so that I would make a tutorial on how to go about that flare. And also the 6 pieces skirt, guys, there is a tutorial on the 6 pieces skirt without cut. So go ahead and then follow the same procedure. So this is all I have for the front and then the back drafting of the princess dart. Thanks for watching. I'm going to see you next week.